Good morning, America. I know it's 12:52 a.m., close to 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Columbus, Georgia, where I am the chairman and founder of the Chattahoochee Valley Better Way Foundation. We currently service over 1,600 people locally living with HIV. I, too, am HIV positive. This organization was started up to help those living with this disease live a longer, better, healthier life by providing education, support, and structure. And through these mechanisms, we are helping people obtain their goals. But today I come to you, actually to our nation, to our president, to our Congress, to our House, and thank them for their swift action on passing and signing into law the Ryan White HIV/AIDS Treatment Extension Act of 2009. Our organization is humbly honored. And not only are we honored by the passage and signage into law, we are also honored that the presidency and legislative branch listen to the people's voice, especially those living with AIDS. Therefore, I am also proud to announce that by listening, the President understood and has vowed to end the HIV travel and immigration ban by 2010. As a member of the National Association of People Living with AIDS and the Chattahoochee Valley Better Way Foundation here in Columbus, Georgia, that's betterwayfoundation.com, I am pleased to present the following statement. On Friday, October 30th, 2009, President Barack Obama signed into law the Ryan White HIV/AIDS Treatment Extension Act of 2009. National Association of People Living with AIDS and the CVBWF are extremely pleased that this critical piece of legislation has become law, and the program continues for at least another 4 years. This marks the end of a carefully crafted community consensus process to ensure this legislation was passed without any major public disagreements. Stated the President, I also want to acknowledge the HIV community for crafting a consensus document that did so much to help move this process forward. NAPWA President and CEO Frank Ullman Jr. was present at the White House for the signing ceremony. Stated Matt Leisure, Director of Public Policy for the National Association of People with AIDS and Village Care of New York, I am really proud that the HIV community was able to come together and work with a unified voice to ensure the passage of this crucial and critical legislation. Thousands of people living with HIV all across the country rely on the Ryan White program for access to health care, medication, support services, and housing, and I am extremely happy this extension has been finalized. President Obama also surprised the nation by also announcing at the ceremony that starting in 2010, the United States ban on persons living with HIV from entering the United States would end. The President was stated, 22 years ago, in a decision rooted in fear rather than fact, the United States instituted a travel ban on entry into the country for people living with HIV and AIDS. Now we talk about reducing the stigma of this disease, yet we've treated a visitor living with it as a threat. We lead the world when it comes to helping stem the AIDS epidemic, yet we are the only one of only a dozen countries that still bar people from HIV from entering our own country. If we want to be a global leader in combating HIV/AIDS, we need to act like that. And that's why on Monday, my administration will publish a final rule that eliminates the travel ban effective just after the new year. Congress and President Bush began this process last year, and they ought to be commended for it. We are finishing the job. NAPWA and the CVBWF wishes to thank all the individuals and organizations who were instrumental in ensuring this critically needed legislation was passed. Through the hard work and advocates all across the nation, we were successful once again in ensuring a fourth reauthorization extension of this important legislation. Thank you so much, and good night.